Alright, I've been doing these on my Snapchat story for a while, but I'm going on a mission here for my church in a couple months, and I gotta get over the fear and anxiety of talking before people. So today was a big squatting day. So for context, I'm a high jumper. I've developed some pretty bad tendinitis from basketball season. Well, during basketball season, I power lifted, was getting ready for track season, and was in a full-fledged basketball season. Anyways, I exceeded my tendon budget, and thus I developed tendinitis in basketball season. So then I worked through that during basketball season. And basketball season is a lot of two legs, so I was able to get that back under control. But then track season came, and then during high jump, when you actually jump, it's something like 10 times your body weight and forces go through your knee and all the connective tissues and patella tendon in the knee. Anyways, I'm 200 pounds, so that's around 1,000-ish pounds every time I jump going through my leg that was already damaged and not completely healed. It was just healed enough to jump off too. Anyways, I've developed some pretty killer tendinitis. So what I did in basketball season was lift heavy. Makes sense. Tendons respond really well to heavy loading because of the increased muscular tension to overcome the mass on your back. And the more muscular tension there is, it's got to go through the tendons to move the bones, to move the body. And the more tendon is stretched, or more tension going through a tendon, the more collagen synthesis is signaled and thus built, thus creating stronger tendons. So it worked great during basketball season. I think I got up to like a 455 pound, 5-second eccentric to about a sport back squat. So it's like hamstrings parallel to the knee joint. So it's in between a quarter and like powerlifting depth. That felt great, you know, that put the band-aid on my tendinitis for my two legs. And track season came along, I was like, oh, my leg, oh, it hurts so bad, right? And I was just a little girl about, a little bratty girl about it. And I was doing all these dinky little exercises, and like, that worked back when I was in middle school, when I was 160 pounds. Now that I'm 200 pounds, my tendons really need to absorb a lot of force. And I kind of made that click here the past couple days. So anyways, I went in today. Backing up a second, more context. I squatted a lot. I had a meet on Saturday, and then I squatted a lot on Saturday. Like slow eccentrics, stuff like that. Anyways, so my legs are still pretty fatigued. It's Tuesday. And my legs are still fairly fatigued. Anyways, warmed up through some front squats, and then some bouncing in the whole back squats. I would kind of superset that with the same weight. So I think I got up to like 295 on the bouncing in the whole squats. So it was pretty good. While I'm talking about this, I have no idea how to edit videos, but I'll try. It's gonna look bad, but gotta start somewhere. And then I worked my way up in the sport back squat for a five count. I'm gonna say 5 count, not 5 seconds, but for a 5 count. I think I got up to 385 for a set of 4. I haven't back squatted since January. That's when I take the back. I squatted heavy in early March. Now it's the end of April. But anyway, so the bar on my back with that much load is a little bit awkward. Squatting a lot of weight like that, it's not so much just pure strength as it is a skill of learning how to hold the bar on your back. Oh, and for context, I'm a 520 pound full range squatter. So it'll come back quickly. And I'm trying to think else what I said. Oh, I did that, and then I built up to, I hit the 385 for set 4 for a 5 count eccentric. And then I was like, dang, my squatting skill kind of sucks. So I took the weight off, went to 315, and I hit 2 triples at 315, just trying to feel the skill of squatting. I felt great. My mobility, so I power lifted back in the fall before basketball season. And my mobility wasn't quite good, but I've been working on a lot for track because high jump, you need a lot of mobility for high jumping. So I worked on that a lot, and the skill of squatting just comes so much easier when your hips are mobile. I've really worked on that. And I'll try to put around similar weight to 315 from the fall and the 315 from today. To see the comparison and fluidity through the joints. My right hip specifically is super weak and tight, and I'll talk about that here in a second. And I've been working a lot on that, doing a lot of Spider-Mans, Cosmic squats, lunges. So then after I hit the 315 skill squats, I hit rear foot elevated split squats. Now I haven't done these like almost ever. I really hate them, and partially that's why I have a weak right hip. But I was today in AP, my weight room class for gym. We did the weight room checkpoint thing. I just I just did the leg workout that they did to try to potentiate myself a little bit because I knew I was going to be feeling weak because I went heavy on Saturday. I think I trap bar deadlift to like 4 or 545. Again, really trying to generate a lot of muscular tension to pull in the tendons. And then I did a lot, hold on, there's a bus coming, it's going to be really loud. I'm in the YMCA parking lot, for context, it's where I lift. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, so I'm still a little fatigued, so then I tried to potentiate myself a little bit today, that workout. So I just did the leg workout they had, and they had rear foot elevated split squat. I was like, oh, all right, I haven't done this movement in a while. It's good for the hip, open it up. It uses the adductor a surprising amount, at least for my particular build. Also, for context, I'm 6'3", so I'm kind of tall, and squatting is I'm not really built for squatting. I have really long legs and a relatively short torso, but I love to squat. I love how it feels. Anyways, trying to stay on topic here. The rear foot elevated split squats, I just did 135. In gym class, I think I did like 65 pounds. Again, I was just trying to move through it. And then my lift right now, I threw 135 on the bar, and I'll clip it. The one you guys will see, I did 5 count eccentrics. And then I felt it really strong in the patella, which is good. I want to feel it. Pain's a good thing if it's acute in this setting. And my right leg, my right knee's never given me problems. My right hip's always giving me problems, and my right adductor is crazy weak, and really isolating it with this rear foot elevated split squat really forces me to keep my leg adducted so it stays in line when I'm squatting. And the mobility demands are not a lot, but for my build and my history and my mobility, it's quite demanding. So that was today's squat workout. Tomorrow, who knows what I'll do. Probably come in, work on my ankles, and then rest up for my meet on Saturday at Red Ribbon, and I'm trying to three-peat that. And historically, during the track season, so we just hit our halfway mark through outdoor at Peterson Prep in Caneland. And then historically, my freshman, sophomore, and junior year, I've really started hitting my mark around Waubonsie, the Red Ribbon invite. And then a week after that's Lockport, and a week after that's conference, then sectionals, and state series that we really care about. So that's what I'm getting ready here for, and I really need this knee to heal up. All right, this is a little bit later as I'm editing, but the reason why I did the bouncing and the little back squats is because I'm loading series connective tissues, patella tendon, and also the alactin and elastin in between my muscle fibers, and loading them in an elastic kind of way where I need to absorb, stop, and then create movement in the opposite direction. And this introduces a little bit of jerk. Jerk is the rate of change of acceleration back to my tendons by virtue of having to stop the bounce, and start the bounce, and stop the bounce, and start the bounce. I'm training the stretch shortening cycle, which trains the series elastic components that will ultimately signal for more collagen synthesis to help with my tendon, and practicing the nervous system to stop, force, and redirect it elsewhere, which is it's general to every single athlete and movement ever, but it's more specific loading to high jump than I would have in any other exercise in an elastic kind of nature that wouldn't further degenerate my collagen fiber. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm probably going to create a video on my English paper that I did about protein collagen synthesis and loading collagenous tissue and how the Rice method kind of sucks. And then I'll probably go into detail a little bit more about my powerlifting program that I did back in the fall. I think I added 35 pounds to my squat, and I added 45 pounds to my deadlift, and I added 30 pounds to my bench press in about 2.5, 3 months. For granted, I am a senior in high school. I'm a teenage kid. My number's going to go up if I freaking do push-ups, but that's quite a substantial amount, almost 100 pounds of my total in 3 months. So I'll probably talk about that more. I'll probably be titled Sir Squattingham. I coach my brother, and since I'm going on my mission soon, I'm writing programs in advance for him. So that's when I'll be running that I ran. That's pretty cool. It's basically just wave progressions, but like a cool wave progression because I made it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.